going to talk about regarding the communication and linguistics in this time. So, when Cristobal Colon arrived to America, he faced up with diverse languages in 133 families. The main important languages spoken in that time were Chibcha, Azteca, Aymara, Tupi Guarani, and others. In that time, in the countries that they most spoke those languages were in Colombia, um, Mexico, Venezuela, Paraguay, Uruguay, and between others. The Spanish authorities didn't understand, and the American authorities didn't speak or understand Spanish neither. So, for that reason, regarding the oral communication, they kept the American languages for evangelization and also to keep the contacts between American and Spanish people.
For this reason, the monks and the religious were given the task of spreading the general languages in order to facilitate the evangelization and the communication of laws in the territory. It is very important to clarify that the interest of the religious and of the conquerors about the American language was null, and that was reflected on the loss and destruction of different texts, translations, and studies that were of vital importance to understand these native languages in that moment and nowadays, just for the fear that they would make difficult the Christianization work. An example of that was the act perpetrated by Diego de Landa, known as the burning of the Mayan codes, that happened in 1929, that is considered the largest anti-translation act for the New World.
Several studies over the years have shown us the conquest of America took place through the word, baptizing and imposing a new language. So the names that sound the most are Malinaji and Catalina de India. In today known as Mexican territory, Melinaji, with the baptism called Marina, she was kidnapped by Hernan Cortez and also his concubine. For the Indians, she was the owner and the queen of the speech. Her word was so important in the conquest that Spaniards were quite grateful to her.
As for the first official education for translators, it was speculated that it was created around the 16th century in Mexico, which is where we know now is the Colonial Building in Plaza the Three Cultures in Mexico. And then the first public program for universities was created in 1945 by Argentina, following Uruguay, Mexico, Cuba, and then the first official translation or translating department was created in 1971 by Chile, and the first official modern language school was created in 1974 by Venezuela. After that, the program started spreading throughout all South America. And the program offers Spanish as base language, the following English, which is the language with most demands, then French, German, Italian, Russian, and Portuguese. The degree is given after 4 or 5 years of study.